Okay, Dave. We ready to shoot? No, I've told you. No, I'm not doing any more of those comedy intros. I've had enough. I want to be taken seriously. I'm dressing smart. You know, they were good for a while, but I want a bit more credibility with the fragrance reviewer community. So this time we'll just do no comedy. Okay, so here we go. Hello everybody, so today we're going to be looking at the comparison between Club de Nuit Intense Man by Armaf and L'Aventure by Haramain. These are both Aventus clones. I know a lot of you want to find out which one's the best, so cue titles, here we go. Okay, just pause it for a minute, I just need to go to the bog, Dave. Yeah, cheers. Okay, so hello again, thanks for joining me everyone, and so in this episode we're going to be comparing two really popular Aventus clones and seeing which one I think and a few other people think is the best. First of all, I really wanted to get some second opinions on this one because I want to get this right, and so I was lucky enough to persuade Claire from the Smurfygurly channel to meet up with me in person to check out these two fragrances and compare them to Creed Aventus. So first we're going to find out what she thinks, then I'm going to give you my overall conclusion, and I've even managed to get the views of some people from the pub in Friday night. So let's see what we all think. Okay, hello everybody. So here we've got Claire from the Smurfygurly channel, and we're going to be having a look at Creed Aventus versus Club de Nuit Intense Man and L'Aventure by Haramain. So Claire is going to be blind smelling them and telling them which one she thinks is best, and I guess we'll get you to say which one you think is the actual Creed Aventus and then which of the two copies you like best. So here we go. Fragrance number one. Claire doesn't know what it is. It's appearing on your screen now. Tell us what you think about that one.
I don't think it's Aventus. So how long ago did you spray it? It was about 10 minutes ago. Mm-hmm. It's just a bit too harsh, I think, in the opening. It smells like Aventus, but I just don't think it is.
Okay.
And now I feel like a prick, and maybe I've got it wrong.
No, don't say that. So, okay. Obviously, I think we'll come back to each one when you've compared the others. So, fragrance number one, on a rating, 10 out of 10 being a perfect copy of Aventus, on a rating from 1 to 10, 1 being a useless copy, what would you give it?
I'd say 8.5 to 9.
8.5 to 9.
I'm now starting to feel like it actually is Aventus, but I don't know. But it's just something slightly harsh. But yeah, I think it smells good.
Okay.
It smells good.
So 8.5 / 9.
Yeah. Assuming
it's not Aventus.
Yeah. God, this is torture.
Okay. Next one.
Right. Oh,
no looking.
Put that there, yeah. And then we know that that's done.
This one. What do you think of number 2? It's appearing on the screen now.
Oh no, that's not nice. That almost smells like there's oud or something in there.
Right.
Or patchouli. There's something really off in that. I don't like it.
Okay.
Actually, I don't think it can. I can see why.
Do you think it could be Aventus?
I can see why it could be similar to Aventus.
Mm-hmm.
But that is not anything like Aventus.
Okay.
Or
you don't know what these are.
I'm confident that it's not Aventus.
Okay,
really
fine.
Confident.
And what is it that you don't like about it, or that is giving you that red light?
It's something like patchouli.
Okay.
Too much. A slight overdose of patchouli or something.
Okay.
It's just something that I don't like.
So as a clone of Aventus, 0 to 10, what would you give it?
3.
Right, not good. Okay, fine,
Yeah.
thank you. Last one then is this fragrance. Look away now, please. And the name of this one is appearing on your screen now. What do you make of that one, Claire?
I now think that the first one actually is Aventus.
Okay, I'm giving my poker face here because I know, and I'm not giving anything away. I'm not giving anything away.
Than the other two. Smoother. Maybe this is Aventus, but
okay.
This is really nice. This is
Okay.
probably my favourite.
Okay, number 3 is your favourite.
It's fresh.
Okay.
It has got all the Aventus things going on in it. but I'm pretty I feel like Aventus has more wood.
Okay. So let's say
I need to revisit numero uno.
Number 2 is out because you thought that was poor.
I didn't like
you didn't
it.
like that. So unless you're completely wrong,
really
you think that's not
confident.
Aventus and you didn't think it was a very good copy. So now you think Aventus is either 1 or 3.
Yeah.
And so maybe tell us which one you think is Aventus and how close the other one is to it. So this one is number 1 again. So now you can compare them to your heart's content and see what you think. That's the first one.
Number 1 is Aventus. Number 2 is a lighter, fresher, very similar to Aventus.
Okay. Fine.
That's what I think.
Okay.
Both
Whichever one's a copy of the other one, whether you're right or wrong, and I'm not telling you at this point, the copy is obviously quite good. The copy because you're umming and ahhing about it.
I don't really.
How confident are you that you're right? The one you're smelling now is number 2.
Yeah.
Number 3, sorry. And this is number 1. So at the moment you're saying this is Aventus, which could be correct, I'm not telling you.
I feel like this is Aventus. Okay. It's more full-bodied, it's got stronger, it's got stronger woods.
Okay.
It's got stronger pineapple, maybe. That's lighter. That's Aventus light. It's really nice.
Assuming that's not Aventus, then what would you give it as a clone, as a mark out of 10?
They're different. They are remarkable, not like massively, but they are different fragrances. Okay. So as a clone, and I'm assuming that I'm right. I'd only give that a 5. But as a fragrance overall, I think it's nice. I'd give it an 8.
Okay.
And to me, that is not the same as that.
Should we find out which one's which? The one that you definitely didn't like was Club de Nuit Intense Man, which is from this little sample vial here. Okay, so you found that not to be good, not a good copy, and not that lovely as a fragrance anyway, just not that great.
No, it's off-putting what's in that. Not only to my nose, probably.
Yep.
Other people will be fine with it.
Okay.
Like, as long as you're okay with a bit of a hit of patchouli, you might like that as an Aventus kind of thing, slightly thing with some patchouli.
Okay. Not a great copy though.
Not for me, no.
Okay. So number 1.
I'm scared.
Number 1 that you've said is Aventus is L'Aventure by Haramain,
oh my God.
which you thought was actually Aventus. So there you go. Obviously, you know, you're only smelling on a piece of paper. It's hard to tell, but it's obviously a good copy.
That smells stronger.
If we can,
a lot stronger.
Well,
that smells really faint.
Okay, maybe I didn't spray enough. We'll do one more spray, and then now that you know.
Okay,
so obviously number 3 is Aventus, which you also really liked. So let's just do one more spray so you can get a bit, in case I didn't spray enough or whatever. So that's your the real deal Aventus. I think the opening you'll notice now a difference. But it's all about the dry down when you're actually wearing them. And this is L'Aventure. Do one more spray of that. And you probably can tell more of a difference now. But what do you think?
I feel like, as a fragrance, L'Aventure is probably slightly nicer than Aventus is.
Okay.
It's got more going on, or it feels like it's got
L'Aventure you prefer?
I think so,
Incredible. Okay, that is on a card, so we don't know how they develop on skin. We'll try and give you some more information.
They do smell closer now, so maybe there wasn't quite as much on there, but...
What we can say for sure is that they've done a really good job for £25 for 100ml, and that in your opinion, and I have to say mine as well, Club de Nuit doesn't come close to smelling just like Aventus. It could be a good fragrance to wear, might get you some compliments because it does project a quite strong sort of, albeit synthetic citrus thing, but L'Aventure...
For 25 quid.
And you've smelt Aventus plenty of times before, and you're a frag head who knows all about fragrances, so, you know, for you to be tricked, they've done a good job.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, there you go. Okay, folks, so that's Claire's verdict, and it looks like L'Aventure could be a real winner. Okay, so that's what Claire thinks. Now I'm going to give you my conclusion. I've been wearing Club de Nuit Intense Man and L'Aventure quite a bit for the last week, and I've done some comparisons. You just sit when I'm around the house on my own with one here and one there, and comparing them side by side. So I've really done a fairly in-depth comparison, and this is the conclusion that I've come to. So first of all, Club de Nuit Intense Man, which I've been using a 5ml sample of, and I've used up a fair bit of it, so I have given it some usage. I don't think it's a bad scent at all. The opening is a little bit harsh, and it doesn't smell very much like Aventus. I think even an average person in the street with the two side by side would be able to tell a difference, definitely, either on skin or on paper. The opening on this one is a very sharp, bright citrus opening, which is a good thing, but it is a little bit harsh and not terribly natural smelling. It's not very smooth. As it dries down, it gets a little bit smoky and woody like Aventus, and it's not a bad copy, but somehow there's something a little bit off in there, and it's not quite right. To me, it's like a little bit like a caricature of Aventus. So it's not an exact replica by any means. It could be quite a good fragrance, and the artificial kind of citrus opening is quite bright and loud. And when I wore it out to the pub, and I did get a compliment, although the person did know I was into fragrances, and they said that's a really good one. So although I don't think it's a great copy of Aventus, in its own right, it is a decent scent that's similar to Aventus, a little bit cheap and harsh smelling, but it does have that, particularly in the first hour and a half or 2 hours, you do get quite a nice projection of a very bright citrus scent. So I would give it about a 7.5 as a scent overall, and I would say that as a clone of Aventus, having smelled the other one, it's not great. It's not an exact replica by any means, and if you really love Aventus, this would not be a great substitute. Haramain's L'Aventure, on the other hand, very, very similar. Just in the opening, I think the Aventus has a little bit more of a smooth, natural smell, but we're talking only the first 10 minutes or something. After that, and I've got them, this is L'Aventure here, and this is the original Creed Aventus, which I have a 30ml bottle of, which I've been using up a fair bit recently. Aventus smells great, smoky pineapple, very nice. A great scent. I think I gave it 8.5 before. I'd give it probably a 9 now. On this hand, the other one, L'Aventure, I mean, I honestly can hardly tell the difference. I would be hard pressed. I don't think I'd necessarily get it right in a blind smelling which one was which. So it's that good. Fantastic for the price, about $25.99 or something like that on eBay in the UK, and similarly cheap around the world. It is the winner for me, without any doubt, as a clone and as a scent overall. So I would give this one probably an 8.5. Well, I'd have to give it a 9 really, considering how cheap it is. It's only that first opening where I can sense any difference. Fantastic. The winner for me is this one, but let's see what some people in the pub thought too. Thank you. What's your name? Hello.
Belinda.
Belinda. Club de Nuit Intense Man. Here we go. Right. Anything that you get from that in terms of notes and a mark out of 10?
Yeah.
Take your time.
It's quite strong. I would say that it is very fruity. It's nice. It is very nice. It wouldn't be to my taste per se. I'd like something a little bit more subtle, but no, it is. It's fruity. The best thing I can say is fruity.
Okay, mark out of 10.
Mark out of 10, I'd say about a 6.
What's your name?
Carrie.
What do you think?
I'd say about a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Again, it's quite fruity. I don't think it's too overly bearing. It's not too strong, but it wouldn't be to my taste, but it is nice.
Okay, so 6 or 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
So this is the other one, and this is L'Aventure by the house of Haramain. What do you think of that one? I'll give one more spray. There you go.
Actually, it is a little bit stronger, but I don't know why I prefer it. Now smelling that time, I prefer it. I'd give it a good 7 out of 10.
Okay. 7 out of 10, yeah?
Yeah, it is quite fruity. There's a bit more to it, but I do prefer it.
You prefer that?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. L'Aventure.
Cool.
Does it beat the other one?
Yes, I would say definitely this beats the other one. Definitely beats the other one. Is nice. Yes, I would
What's
happily.
better about it?
It's it's not as like the other one was a little bit more smoky. Like there was. It was like it just didn't get me as much, I suppose. It reminded me an awful lot of like different perfumes, whereas this actually has like a hint of like 1 or 2 different berries or something into this one as well.
Okay, mark out of 10?
Mark out of 10, I would give this a solid
8.
8.
Okay. So overall, everybody does seem to agree that when it's between L'Aventure and Club de Nuit Intense Man, L'Aventure is the better fragrance. Whether they're Creed fans and they know about Aventus or not, everyone came to the same conclusion. I agree. Fantastic fragrance. Of the two, I'd go for this one. But you may find that this one, the Club de Nuit, works better for you. It is very bright and sharp and noticeable, so it has something to be said for it. This one's a better copy of Aventus. That's my conclusion. Last but not least, then, there is one other one that's out there that I think I'm interested in, and that's Afnan Supremacy Silver. I had that up here on my arm earlier on when I was wearing a t-shirt, and that's a little bit better on the opening than the Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man. Again, it's got that very bright citrus opening, and again, I think it's more bold and bright in the citrusness of the opening than the actual Aventus. So I think as a copy, so far, it's only a first impression, it's not as close as this. However, it might be a really good scent in the Aventus kind of mould, so maybe not a great replica, but it's not far off. And the opening, yeah, it does have a really nice pineapple opening. So this is a contender. I didn't want to do a 3-way comparison because with fragrances, when you get into 3-way situations, as in romance, it can end up with a real mess, juice everywhere, and no one quite remembering what came from where. So we didn't want that, so I've just stuck to a 2-way comparison. But if you're interested in this one, let me know. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again. Remember, whatever we're doing in life, let's project.